The Color Crew are a group of Minecraft YouTubers who are uniquely categorized by their style of content and their color schemes. At the front of it all is Boosfer, who led the group to succession. And while there may have been some major changes to the group in its entirety, nowadays one particular duo in the group have been in a confusing gray area when it comes to their involvement in it. The duo in question, Kier and Dev, have actively been showing up in the Color Crew's videos, but not on their own channel. So what exactly happened to cause them to stop uploading on their channel? Well, today we'll be going over their channel's history, my personal involvement, and then finally I'll be attempting to contact them in order to figure out whether or not they plan on reviving their channel or simply leaving it as a legacy. By the way, this is a follow-up to my video on WOIZ, who actually used to be a part of the Color Crew. So if you want a wider scope on a member who actually went missing entirely, then feel free to watch that. But I'm happy to give the announcement that TERRON actually saw my video and he loved it. In fact, I actually got into a VC with him and I was able to get him to say this.
Alright, so I'm back after like 4.5 years, and it's been nice to be back and talk to everyone and see how everyone's doing. Everyone's changed a lot, so kind of hard to reconnect, but it's good. It's good to be back.
Now, Kier and Dev actually didn't start out primarily with Hypixel content, as they previously had channels before their main one.
Well, I know me and Dev were always into like YouTube and stuff. Like we both had channels previous to this, which we're not gonna show.
Yeah, the videos are all private, so don't go searching for them.
Maybe one day that'd be fun, like reacting to them. When we went off to university, it was kind of like we couldn't do that because there wasn't enough time. It was like we just decided to make a channel together because it'd be easier, and here we are.
But on their main channel, they stuck with Hypixel at the beginning, with variety sprinkled in here and there. Naturally, their style of content wasn't unique around the time, and it was clear that they were experimenting with their content overall, with videos such as tutorials, skits, finding dream in their Minecraft world, and many more. Although they weren't getting a spectacular amount of traction, they were still thankful for the support they did receive, as they even celebrated reaching 500 subscribers.
Alright, what's going on, guys? It's your boys, Kier and Dev, and thank you guys so much for 500 subs. This is our 500 sub thank you video.
Yeah, I honestly never thought that we would ever have 500 subs on YouTube, guys, let alone 100 even. But we made it, guys, and we really appreciate everyone who's ever subscribed to us, who watches and likes and comments on all our videos.
And while they seemed to be on a slow, steady path of growth, one person would come into the picture that would change their careers forever. That person being Boosfer. One of the first videos Boosfer featured on their channel was fake Minecraft speedrunner vs Hunter videos be like, and that video would foreshadow what their main content would ultimately be. Fun fact actually, Kier and Dev met Boosfer through a single YouTube comment.
For us, we were all just doing our own thing, and we met through Minecraft content,
Which is crazy,
yeah. Like we were all, I think, looking for the group to record with at the time.
It was just perfect timing, like everything worked. It was crazy.
We found Boosfer's channel and we were like, this guy makes decent videos. Not very good, but like, you know. No, I'm kidding. No. So we sent him a comment and he just replied. And then I'm pretty sure Boosfer and Yellow met before, right?
Yeah, he was just like, this is Yellow.
And then when we had SMP with Bubbo, so
we just invited Bubbo, yeah, and the rest is just kind of history.
Yeah.
Around the time of their manhunt skit with Boosfer, I was fascinated with the landscape of Minecraft content at the time, and had joined Boosfer's Discord server and talked to him because I believed that he was one of the people who could potentially blow up and become famous. This was the same for Kier and Dev, who had conveniently switched their skins to match his. And after seeing Kier and Dev's Nether Escape video, I felt that same feeling, that they could become something big one day. In fact, right after I joined their Discord server, I predicted that they would have more subscribers than my other channel, which had more than theirs at the time. And to say I was correct would be an understatement, as in a year's time between December 2020 to 2021, they would have well over 5,000 subscribers. And they had predicted their success as well, although for a completely different reason than mine.
How did you expect this channel was going to be like?
Oh my god, yeah, actually that's a really good question. We didn't know, I would say, but we knew there wasn't like a big market for dual channels, so we kind of knew like there was like definitely potential in what we were going to do.
When it comes to like content, I think I didn't expect to be doing this type of content, to be honest with you. And I'm happy it turned out the way it did, because
I'm not. I have to talk to you every day now.
Okay. Completely different than what we expected. Also, I never thought we would get anything over like 1,000 views, to be honest with you.
It's crazy how it happened.
We still don't understand.
As they made more videos with the Color Crew, they slowly transitioned from posting videos of their perspectives to taking turns with the group to eventually branching off specifically to duo content on their main channel. But one thing that proved very helpful is something I like to call the boost for boost, as collectively, the crew's videos became recognized by hundreds of thousands of people on the platform, with Boosfer leading the group, and by proxy, reflecting the recognition onto the group entirely. Boosfer inviting Kier and Dev onto the Manhunt bandwagon proved to be one of the best decisions he would ever make for them. And although they were grateful, they would not let this opportunity pass them by. So in order to make something of themselves, they transitioned to having themselves mainly be in their videos, with the others as cameos. To their potential surprise, this move seemed to only skyrocket their views even more, with each upload gaining over 1,000 views just from the first day of their release. But as they got more popular, a particular pattern started to emerge within their videos. Originally, I was going to talk about how their videos gradually started to feel less and less real and more planned and even potentially staged, with specific examples I noticed while I was an active viewer. But I feel like I would come off as another virtue signaling grifter whose actual intentions are dishonest at heart. That, and I actually discovered something a lot more interesting, that being the side effects of the boost for boost. You see, while the boost for boost may have been successful in the boosting Kier and Dev's channel, considering that the source is Boosfer, someone who is also well known for having sus moments, his side effects were likely to rub off onto them, and they have.
What are you doing, Step Bro?
Step Bro, what are you doing, Step Bro?
Oh, I got a boner. Wait.
I'm just giving you my seed.
Shut up.
Those clips are taken from a 15-minute video of a 9-part series full of both sus and funny moments. 9 parts! But one major theme that started occurring throughout Kier and Dev's videos was the common friends to lovers trope. Because as they became closer with Boosfer, they would sometimes make one-off sus jokes towards each other, which would be normal for Boosfer's channel, but from an outsider's perspective, if they did so on their own channel, it could come off more as flirtatious. So their growing community, like most, actually started to ship them together. Unlike most circumstances where shipping content creators with each other without their consent is considered weird, Kier and Dev blurred the lines between them being genuine lovers or just being a running gag, like Boosfer's moaning gimmick. And approached by this idea on websites like Twitter, they would most likely lean into them rather than outright reject them. This resulted in plenty of compilations that entertained this idea that they may be in love. And from a business perspective, this attention only furthered their recognition both on YouTube and in the Minecraft community. With the addition of clips, fan art, and personalized videos promoting their channel, this gag could be credited for a lot of their continued success. And this is a relatively common way for some creators to grow. There are a few examples out there of not only creators, but well-known figures appearing to be dating or in a relationship, drawing eyes that would have otherwise not been there. Although there are some negative sides to this business practice. For example, if one of those people were already in a relationship, this would purposely skewer the perspective of anyone who may not know, which also may cause them to be delusional because of that illusion. With Kier and Dev specifically, you could make the point that they're only doing it for content, but also make the point that they genuinely may have feelings for each other, regardless of whether they publicly approve or deny that idea. Regardless of the confusion, the decision to keep this gag in their videos undoubtedly played a significant part in their success on the platform. But as successful as they were getting, everything would suddenly come to a screeching halt when they would upload the video Minecraft Manhunt but were stuck together and then completely disappear. They didn't disappear entirely. Unlike TERRON, who felt neglected from the group and left early, or Yellowwool, who got pulled into controversy and had to part ways from the group, or even Clover 2014, whose situation is so mysterious that not even I can figure it out. And although they hinted at it, with all of the success they were getting, it didn't seem reasonable to just quit unless something happened. Some people have speculated that they were taking a hiatus because they planned on living together and also finally revealing what they looked like. Others thought that something bad might have happened, like an ulcer or a fatal car crash, although that wouldn't make sense because they're both still very much alive. One person even compared their 9-month delay to Kier being pregnant, although it was obviously a joke. But a common consensus is that Boosfer put both Kier and Dev under a contract that forbids them from uploading. In fact, in Boosfer's second part of his Survive or Lose series, they confirmed this.
No, let us explain the reason we haven't uploaded.
Okay, explain it now.
So basically, guys, if you haven't known, Boosfer has a contract, and we're still under that contract. So we've never been let go from that contract that he had to sign over 2 years ago. What is it now?
He basically won't let us upload. He basically won't let us upload.
Bro, that's such a lie, bro.
However, one member in Kier and Dev's server explained that this contract is just a long-running joke that's actually a symbol for their break. And this would make sense when you consider that they didn't take this claim seriously and also take into account the running gags that I've been talking about in this video so far. And this one in particular would line right up with them. But I still wanted to confirm this, so I looked at messages and tweets before Boosfer's video, and yeah, there is proof that this could be another gag. Or maybe, just maybe, the way this gag is presented could be a cover-up, because a lot of people are confused about what exactly is in this contract. And the only thing we're shown is one rule, which is that Kier and Dev can't upload. And while Boosfer seems to play it off as something fake in his video, their joke may actually secretly be a cry for help, an attempt to escape their green overseer, and to tell the true story about Boosfer and who he really is. Or maybe I'm just reaching and it's just a joke after all. We don't really know because they still haven't uploaded. So in order to solve this once and for all, I decided I would reach out to anyone who knew Kier and Dev mutually or were related to them in some way so I could potentially get an interview with them. But that's where I ran into some issues. The main one being that there's a high chance that they wouldn't even want to do an interview in the first place, which is understandable until you realize why that could be the case. With the days I did spend reaching out, I did get this helpful interaction that gave me a little clue as to why. The conversation went something like this. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you doing? I'm not sure if you know who I am.
Yeah, I've heard. You made a documentary on an old Booster friend? That's pretty much it.
Yep, I was actually a part of TERRON's group back then.
No idea who that is.
WOIZ? Boosfer's old friend?
Ah, gotcha. Any reason in front of me?
Yeah, I'm actually making a video about Kier and Dev this time and wanted to know if you can get me into contact with them.
There's something you might want to know.
Yeah?
Kier died.
What?
JK.
Bro. Wow, man.
No, but what you might find out next is super harsh.
Just lay it on me, man.
Skibbity.
Toilet.
Oops, wrong person.
You're good. Where in the world did they even get that from? Lol, is that real?
So, you done with the documentary?
Nope. Need interviews and such, or something to work off of, so it's not entirely speculation.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, I don't think they would be open to any interviews.
Because of the contract with Boosfer, or they just might not want to in general?
Bro, you being serious right now?
I know. The contract is most likely a running gag, but I just want confirmation that they might upload again in the future, or if they're just completely done with the channel. Are you still there? Oh, this is oh, that works too. At this point, I felt out of options, at least until I remembered that there was one more person who could tell me everything I needed to know. Boosfer himself. Around this time, he was doing speedrun streams, so I figured I could get my answers through donations. Then I found out that he doesn't do audible donations, so I just skipped the sub in order to attract attention in the chat and waited for the perfect chance to ask him whenever he read chat. But all of a sudden, a new chatter came into chat talking about how they saw Boosfer in the Panji livestream. Not noteworthy at all, right? Wrong, because apparently you're not allowed to mention any other content creator unless Boosfer happens to be talking about them at that time. Apparently this is common, which I can understand if they're promoting said streamers, but even the mere mention of their names aren't allowed. And hearing that honestly confused me for a good minute. Eventually, I understood. I understood very well that this is just another barrier, an obvious setback to keep the secrets hidden while leaving Boosfer to be unquestioned. But I wouldn't stand for that. So without a second thought, I immediately asked, Boosfer, how long will Kier and Dev be under the contract? How long have you held them captive? Who are you really, Boosfer?
First you try left right left right left right 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 left right right left right left ham long ham then ham explain your best explain best best left right left right left right 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 left right 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 left right ham long ham big ham big ham.
Boosfer, he's back. WOIZ, he came back.
What?
He saw my video. He said it was amazing. After years of not mattering to anyone, having that much of a positive impact, to bring someone back after their lowest point, that's what makes me happy, more than anything else I've ever done on here. And you ignored my existence entirely, which is fair, because I realize that what I have, what I've done, what I'm going to do, will always result in someone's life changing for the better. But I don't appreciate you or whoever else spreading rumors about me, because I'm nothing like what you think I am. And one day, I promise, I'll prove that. Hey, what did I say about monologuing?
Wait, no, I'll stop.
Nah, I think that's enough out of you. Wasn't that just... Well, despite the initial pushback, I ended up learning a lot, not only about Kier and Dev, but myself as well, and where my place is in the community. On paper, I should have been able to contact them, seeing as I had been associated with WOIZ, who was once a part of the main crew. Only problem is that I had only ever been a part of TERRON's group, so if I wanted to interact with them, it would have had to have been under his vouching. But since TERRON had left the crew behind, that completely severed the connection I once had, essentially making me a nobody. All of that changed when I made my own video on him, detailing how neglected he felt to the point where he just quit altogether. The video itself received a lot of positive reception, with many being able to relate to his experience and recount their own heartfelt stories of abandonment and isolation. Not to mention that it also played a huge factor in making him return, which to this day makes me smile, because that was a positive change that I created. Although, it doesn't seem like everyone in the color crew shares any similar feelings, as the only person to respond to it was Yellow, an ex-member who didn't even talk about the contents of the video, and that's fine because they don't have to respond. And I wasn't saying anything hateful about them in an effort to expose them or anything like that, unlike the constant garbage drama content that's being pumped out on a daily basis. I was simply giving my audience Terron's perspective as accurately as I could, but these interactions with mutuals of the crew seem to suggest that I have the stigma about me that displays the opposite meaning of my intentions. It also made me think about how, by trying to get an official answer for why Kier and Dev aren't uploading, it might interrupt whatever plans they have in store for their fans, if any at all. Simply put, whatever the true reason is, I'd be intruding by yanking out and revealing the surprise, which wasn't my intention in the first place. I just wanted to know if they were going to come back or not. But in a surprising turn of events, I think I might have gotten the answer. You see, while I was looking back at the interaction I had with that mutual, I remembered that they sent a screenshot of Kier, which not only confirms that he's alive, but also lines up with the cryptic tweet Boosfer had made on Twitter. On the 13th of November, Boosfer tweeted about their then 11th month hiatus, and left a vague statement asking whether or not they will make it to a year. This is then responded to a day later by fans, who claims that there's more to the story. However, what's interesting about this tweet is that it's on the same day Kier made those messages shown in the screenshot, which also seems to correspond with the context. Perhaps someone like Dev could have made a few messages before his, saying that they were unable to think of any video ideas to revive the channel with. But Kier, in desperation, tells them to think of some, because they were going to start uploading consistently the day after. Realistically, it's most likely a joke, because they never ended up uploading after. But it does show that they are fully aware of their inactivity, and might certainly have plans to come back. Personally, I believe that time is coming pretty soon. I just hope they don't upload too soon, or else the timeline of this video is going to look very weird. But even if they do, I still think that this video is important because it's a good demonstration of how some things simply require patience and integrity. The ability to be able to wait, withstand, and hold on to hope. It's not something that everyone has, but I hope that watching this video helped you show that it's a thing. It may even be something you can acquire. And while the answer being watered down to just wait and see may not be as interesting to you, it still rings true, and that's what's important. I also want to clarify that I don't genuinely dislike anyone from the color crew. The whole Boosfer is secretly a villain narrative is a joke from my end that somehow still gets hinted at by the crew from their version of the joke. Also, the whole battle segment wasn't real. In reality, I respected the chat roles and left soon after I was told I couldn't mention any creator. And I want to also say that this is in no way a video meant to tarnish anyone's reputations. Generally, I avoid making videos like those as they only bring more hate onto the platform, and that's something I don't stand for. However, considering this is technically a second part to my first video talking about the color crew, if you all want a third and final part where I talk about the history behind Boosfer and his eventual gain of elite control, then let me know. Personally, I think it would be a great way to put an end to this saga. Either way, Kier and Dev have everything they need to rise straight out of their hiatus graves, and considering I predicted their success, the next thing I predict is their eventual return, which will be massive in some type of way. What way that is, we don't know yet, but in the meantime, all we can do is wait. And with that final message, I thank you for watching and wish you a good day. That's actually pretty good. All I need to do now is just make some changes and it should be good to go after that. Alright,
I don't think so. Boosfer told me to take you here. Don't worry, you're not being held captive. You can leave whenever you want. We already saw your video. It was actually pretty funny. Unfortunately, we had to hack your device and put a lockdown on it. It expires on the 15th. Take it personally if you want. We just don't like party poopers. Don't worry, you can upload it after if you'd like. Just not now. Yeah, it's all a big crew. And you're not in it.